Hello guys, I hope you are doing well. So, what we have today? Today we learn or read together a short, beautiful story which titled Elara's Sleepover Adventure. Elara's Sleepover Adventure. First thing, we'll see a bunch of words, the essential words we'll encounter in this short story. Why? To help you understand this story well and enhance your comprehension so you amuse and enjoy the story. If you need to practice with us, read the example along with me. Then try to write an example for yourself using these words so you can practice with us and memorize those essential words. Let's begin. To visit. To visit means to go to see someone or go to a place for a short period of time, usually for social, professional, or sightseeing purposes. Example, I plan to visit my grandparents this weekend. Read the example and try to write one yourself. We'll go to the next word, Nana. Nana, what does it mean? An informal or affectionate term for grandmother. Example, we spent the afternoon baking cookies with Nana. You can use those words in phrases and write them in the chat. And for those that are watching the to pack. To pack means to put clothes, belongings, or other items into a bag, box, or suitcase in preparation for a trip. or for storage. Example, I need to pack my suitcase before our holiday tomorrow. Flutter. A quick light movement or trampoline motion can also refer to a state of excitement or nervousness. Example, the flutter of the bird's wings woke me up. Second example, she felt a flutter of excitement before going on stage. The next word, tummy. Definition, a casual or child-friendly word for the stomach or belly. Example, the little boy held his tummy after eating too much cake. Now we have sleepover. Definition, a social occasion where a child or teenager stays overnight at a friend's house, often involving games and activities. Example, my daughter is so excited for her sleepover at her best friend's house this weekend. And now we have cozy. Comfortable, warm, and pleasant, often in a small or intimate way. For example, we spent the evening in a cozy cabin by the fireplace. To chase away. Definition, to make a person or animal leave by going after or them or scaring them. Example, the farmer clapped his hands to chase away the birds from the crops. To exclaim, to speak or shout suddenly and with strong emotion, often because of surprise, excitement, or anger. For example, wow, that's amazing, she exclaimed when she saw the fireworks. To giggle. Definition, to laugh lightly and repeatedly in a silly or nervous way. For example, the children couldn't stop giggling at the clown's funny faces. To dip means to put something quickly into a liquid and then take it out. She dipped the brush into the paint before starting the artwork. For those to watch the registered video, you can skip this part and go to watch the story and read it out loud. Okay, let's continue. To come back, to return to a place or to a previous state. Example, please come back soon. We'll miss you at the party. Bedtime. Definition: the time at which a person, especially a child, usually goes to bed to sleep. For example, the kids brushed their teeth and go into their pajamas at bedtime. Favorite. These words can be an adjective or a noun. Preferred over all others. Most liked. For example, pizza is my favorite food. Here, favorite is an adjective. Second definition, a person or thing that is especially liked. Example, blue has always been her favorite. Here, favorite is a noun. Familiar, an adjective. Definition, well known from long or close association. Easy to recognize because it has been seen or experienced before. For example, her face looks very familiar, but I can't remember her name. He is familiar with computer programming. To be quiet. To stop talking or making noise. To remain silent. Often used as a command. For example, the teacher asked the students to be quiet during the exam. To whisper. To speak very softly, using one's breath, but not the voice, so that only a person close by can hear. For example, she whispered a secret into her best friend's ear. Adventure. An exciting or unusual experience, often involving exploration, travel, or unexpected events. For example, they went on an adventure through the forest to discover hidden waterfalls. Curious. Adjective. Eager to know, learn, or find out about something. Sometimes also meaning strange or unusual. For example, The little boy was curious about how airplanes fly. That's a curious story. I've never heard anything like it before. To lead. Definition: to guide, show the way, or be in charge so that others follow. Example: the teacher will lead the students on a trip to the museum. To gather. To bring people or things together into one group or place. The children gathered around the teacher to listen to the story. To announce. Definition: to make something known publicly or officially. Example: the principal will announce the results of the competition tomorrow. Indoor. Adjective. Located, happening, or used inside a building. They enjoy playing indoor games when it rains outside. To glow. To shine with a steady soft light, or to look bright and warm with happiness or health. For example, the lanterns glowed softly in the dark garden. To snuggle. To move close to someone or something for warmth, comfort, or affection. Example: the child snuggled up to her mother while reading a bedtime story. Eyelid. Definition: the thin fold of skin that covers and protects the eye when it closes. Example: she felt her eyelids getting heavy as she started to fall asleep. To drift off. Definition: to gradually fall asleep. For example, he drifted off while reading a book in bed. To tuck. Definition: to push, fold, or put something into a snug or secure place, often used for arranging clothes, blankets, or small items neatly. Example, she tucked the blanket around the baby to keep him warm. To yawn. What does it mean? To open your mouth wide and breathe in deeply, usually because you are tired, bored, or sleepy. For example, the students began to yawn during the long lecture. And now we'll go to see and read the story.
Elara loved visiting her Nana. They always had the best time. But today, as Elara packed her little bag, a tiny flutter of worry started in her tummy. Tonight was a sleepover night, and sometimes sleeping away from her own cozy bed felt a little bit big. When Elara arrived at Nana's house, a big, warm hug chased some of the worries away. "Hello, my sweet pea," Nana exclaimed, her smile as bright as sunshine. Elara giggled, feeling happy to be there. They spent the afternoon playing silly board games and reading stories with funny voices. Elara laughed and laughed. But as the sun began to dip lower, painting the sky orange and pink, that little flutter in her tummy came back. Soon it would be bedtime. At dinner, Nana made Elara's favorite macaroni and cheese. But Elara only pushed her noodles around with her fork. She kept thinking about her own soft pillow and her familiar nightlight back home. Nana noticed Elara was quiet. "Is everything all right, sweet pea?" she asked softly. Elara looked up, her eyes a little watery. "I love being here, Nana," she whispered. "But I think I just miss my own bed." Nana smiled kindly. "Oh, my dear Elara," she said, "it's perfectly normal to miss your own bed sometimes. How about we make this sleepover an extra special adventure?" Elara looked up, curious. Nana led Elara to the living room. Together they gathered blankets, pillows, and even some fairy lights. "Tonight," Nana announced, "we're going on an indoor camping adventure." Elara's eyes widened. She loved camping. Inside their cozy blanket fort, Nana read a story by the glow of the flashlight. The shadows danced on the walls, and Elara snuggled close, feeling warm and safe. The little flutter in her tummy was gone. Soon, Elara's eyelids grew heavy. She drifted off to sleep, tucked snugly in her special camp, dreaming of adventures and cozy blanket forts. She felt happy and loved, right there with Nana. The next morning, Elara woke up feeling bright and refreshed. She stretched and yawned, then giggled when she saw Nana smiling at her from outside the fort. That was the best sleepover adventure ever, Elara declared. She realized that sometimes new adventures could be just as cozy as home.
I hope you enjoyed this story and learned some new words to add it to your vocabulary. Don't forget to keep reading and keep learning English. See you in the next video.